Well, hello, patrons, and welcome to episode 5 of Inside the Triple Llama. Back in April, Kendra and I recorded the song My Eyes from the Dr. Horrible soundtrack. It was great. I loved it. Loved how it came out. And we wanted to do more. This month, we are doing another quarantine duet. The song this time that we've selected is Big Bang by the Double Clicks, featuring Jonathan Coulton. I am going to be doing the guitars and the bass and Jonathan's vocal. Kendra is going to be doing Laser's vocal and Aubrey's cello.
Now we'll get to all of that in a moment. But first, the theme music. Yay!
Fix the verse just in time. Reverb at 4 or 5. Gotta wrap the new mix by 8 a.m. Drums burst, then the guitar. The wordsmith's working hard to record the best art he can for you. Well, you know what I've been told. You need a full band to run this show. And I can't do this all on my own, but I kinda do, and I'll show you how at the Triple Llama. I can't write a song.
All my covers have a lead sheet that is similar to this. It not only has the lyrics and the chords, but especially with harmonies, it has color-coded instructions, tells you when certain instruments enter and leave, notes on tempo. On songs like this, where I have to edit a drum beat together, I will do sort of a map with timestamps and remind me of what is happening where, so I can put something together that matches the original as best I can. This song has a few different drum patterns, and I spent a long time looking. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any pre-existing song that would have fit. Drumming-wise, the song's intro and interlude feature the toms more than they do the snare, so I went to the karaoke database that I often use and found this track. The drum style noticeably changes during the verses though, so then I switched to this drum track, which I found via YouTube. So you can see here that the drums overlap, and this is not going to be in the final version. At the end of verse 3, Kendra has a line where all the instruments stop except for the bass guitar. Then the cello solo starts, and all the instruments come back in. The reason that this is here is to make sure that our timing is correct. That same thing is true here. You can see in the beginning of the drum track, we have these 4 marks that seem much softer than the rest of it. That is actually a metronome marking our time, and that is so Kendra and I know when to come in. So we actually have 2 drum tracks that are split in a couple different places. I don't know what Sean wants to do exactly, but my guess is that he probably wants to keep the drums separate. However, it doesn't really make any sense for Kendra and I, in our recording part of it, to deal with multiple drum tracks. So what I did was take that bottom track and the one above it, and I combined them so we have all the drums on one track just for our recording purposes. When this track ends and this track begins, here on the drum bus, it's just one continuous thing. So now that we've assembled our Frankenstein drum track, it's time to do acoustic guitars. This microphone, which is the sister mic to this one, it's my vocal mic, That, I think, works a lot better, so I am actually using that microphone now and combining it with the DI signal. I forgot that the song slows down at the end. That's important, so we're going to do that part over again. I'm going to be sure to keep my bass minimal since Kendra is playing cello on this song and we don't want the frequencies to overlap each other that much. So bass line, but a simple one. I don't know when it happens, but at some point in the past, there was nothing. What happens next? In space, what happens next? In space, everything starts moving out. But babe, since the Big Bang, so has everything. There are 2 guitar tracks in this song. They're both very simple. I am going to use a different pickup for each guitar track so they sound slightly different. Guitar 2. So at this point, all my tracks have been recorded, and it's time for Kendra to do her vocals and her cello. I have sent her all the individual stems, but I've also combined them all into one file, which is most likely what she will use, and it sounds like this.
Everything starts moving out, and in between all of the planets is a big and empty vacuum.
Now she'll sing over this part. So she'll send me her completed vocal track and her cello track, then I will send everything to Sean, and we'll get it mixed.
Thanks, Camden Wordsmith patrons. You help us keep the Triple Llama studio open. We appreciate that so much. We'll see you again soon.